Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us on short notice, especially in the midst of Passover preparations, so that we can share an important update from our friends and colleagues in Israel. The ongoing war with Iran has kept so many of us glued to the news, waiting anxiously for updates as missiles, drones, and shrapnel continue to fall across Israel. What we don't see on the news, though, is what is happening at our own Hadassah facilities, our hospitals in Jerusalem, and our youth villages, Hadassah Ne'orim and Meir Shvea. And while we've shared emails, short video updates, and social media posts with you over the past few weeks, we felt that it was important to bring you together for a first-hand look inside the hospitals and the youth villages to give you a behind-the-scenes view of their current reality, to show you which floors and departments currently have patients, to describe how they are operating with skeleton staff, as so many of the hospital's doctors, nurses, and technicians and youth village teachers have been called up to reserve duty, to illustrate to you what exactly happens in those 90 seconds when a siren goes off and our brave Hadassah team must move patients and students to safety, how we can continue providing the same world-class treatment, even under missile fire, to patients who rely on us to save their lives, and how we care for the emotional and physical well-being of our students, many of whom feel safer in our villages than in their own homes. Tonight, you will hear from Professor Yoram Weiss as he provides an update from the Hadassah Medical Organization. You'll be given a tour of our underground facilities, which were ready within hours of the war starting and have been operational ever since. You'll hear from doctors and nurses who have been leading their teams tirelessly with the attention and care we are known for. And you'll get an update from our own youth village staff who have somehow maintained a sense of normalcy for our students during these uncertain times. Through it all, babies continue to be born, surgeries are being performed, and people's lives are being saved every day. And it's thanks to Hadassah's donors and members that all of this is happening. So I'd like to turn this program over to our colleagues in Israel with our deepest gratitude to them for continuing to provide the level of care they always have, even in the most challenging times, and with our profound hope that they stay safe and that peace comes soon. And I send to each of you and your families my wishes for a happy Passover.
Dear friends, I would like to start by wishing all of you a happy Passover. I think indeed this Passover is very, very meaningful, explaining the importance of the State of Israel and its strength for the Jewish people. Hadassah is part of the story. I would like to mention and really to congratulate all our workers. When I mean workers, is administrators, technicians, engineers, nurses, physicians, for their immense contribution for the work that is being done here at Hadassah these days. We have moved more than 400 patients to underground safe areas. We are operating in 13 operating rooms at the Davidson Tower, underground, completely sealed off from the missiles coming over our heads. We were able to work in these operating rooms in 3 shifts, increasing the activity of the hospital and providing the best service possible to the citizens of Jerusalem and the State of Israel. We're able to move the neonatal intensive care unit, which is on the 7th floor at the Mother and Child Pavilion, within 1.5 hours to the -4 underground facility at the Davidson building. I think this facility that we have at the Davidson building at -4, the 13 operating rooms, and the 50 intensive care facilities that we have there, completed by additional space for patients at -3 and in other parts in Ein Kerem, and the amazing underground facility at the Gandel Rehabilitation Center for 130 patients, is giving Hadassah an immense flexibility in treating patients from all over Jerusalem and Israel. In all of this, once more, thanks to you and your support of our organization. We are here for the population of Jerusalem, in our underground facilities, in our above-ground facilities, in our clinics, in our operating rooms, everywhere. Life continues, and we will continue, and we will prevail. I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for your support of our organization and for you standing behind us every day, every moment at these difficult and very challenging times. Thank you very, very much. And once more, wishing each one of you and your families a happy Passover to all of us. Thank you.
Welcome to the Underground Emergency Hospital at Hadassah in Kerem. My name is Gidon Melmed, and I'm Executive Director of the Hadassah offices in Israel. What we have here is, I would say, some kind of miracle. Really, within a few days, we were able to expend our underground sheltered treatment to patients who need it, who can't be mobilized, and establish a 40-bed underground emergency facility. And I want to say, this is thanks to each and every one of you who've been part of our emergency campaign. And I want to thank you for making this possible. We have a pharmacy and nurses stations, really the type of care that is necessary for patients, some of which are vulnerable and require additional critical care. We have storage, even a washing facility and a staff area for staff that is here 24/7 and really are what makes this care possible, together with each and every one of you in the United States and worldwide. I want to again thank you from Jerusalem.
So my name is Modar Evenov Friedman, and I'm the head of the neonatology wing at Hadassah. As you all know, Hadassah has two campuses, one in Karem, one at Mount Scopus, and presently we are staying at Mount Scopus at the new NICU, the alternative NICU at our own new space, where we had to transfer the babies from the 6th floor to downstairs in order to provide a sheltered area. So you can see here the new space where we have about 13 neonatal intensive care beds or incubators. And in the other side, we have our intermediate care unit where we have 15 babies that are growing and are prepared to go home. In this space, we have 15 babies that we had to transfer from the 6th floor downstairs on the 28th of February, where we were called to the unit in order to transfer the baby. You can see here that the space is full with babies, but also with doctors and nurses that are taking care of babies in the incubators. These are tiny babies from 500 grams up to 3 kilos, okay, that needs intensive care. You can see here the nurses. You can see here Dr. Sinan Abulel, who is the head of the department.
It is not easy. We are treating a very sick baby, and also for the family, I think you have also to support them socially because they are in stress. They have already one stress, they have a premature baby, then you have another stress, which is with the war.
So we came down here on the 28th of February. We heard the sirens, and like the rest of the hospital, we came down here to the emergency department. So we've now got 15 pediatric beds. We've got 4 high dependency beds where we can monitor children. These beds over here can have oxygen. These don't have oxygen supply here. So these are the standards that we can work with. But everyone is amazing, very flexible. So we move children around and parents around as we can. We understand that it's not easy. On the other hand, everyone feels very safe here. Very, very friendly environment. We're here 24/7. When there's a siren, this door closes and we're in a completely safe environment. It's like it's a mamad, a proper, what's it called? A proper safe room, a huge proper safe room. How are we coping with it? We get on with our work. We come here every day with a smile. We get to see the surgeons cross us to their department and all the orthopedic surgeons. And so it's very friendly and a family-like environment, which makes it actually like a sweet taste to this bitter situation we're in. We have a variety of children from different backgrounds. We have Jewish children, Arab children. Everyone's here during a siren. We're all one. All parents are parents. All mothers are mothers. All fathers are fathers. And we're all here in the same situation. We have a variety of, we have different staff. We have Jewish staff and Arab staff and Muslim staff and Christian staff. We're all here in the same situation, and we're all trying to make it as bearable as possible for children. Never good to be hospitalized, never good for your child to be hospitalized, but if a child needs to be hospitalized, we're here to make it as good and as safe and as family-like as we can. So we've just had Eid al-Fitr, and a lot of children here had to celebrate Eid al-Fitr here as well, both children and staff, and now we're coming up to Pesach. And we do our best to try and discharge children to celebrate at home, but if not, then we have a little area out there that the medical clowns come, and the school, we've got a school that works in the hospital, so we have it over there, and they come and try and keep the children entertained and happy. And also, yes, during Pesach and Eid al-Fitr, we do our best to understand that the families aren't where they would like to celebrate their holidays.
My name is Elisheva Levin. I'm head of labor and delivery, and actually I was the head nurse who was fortunate enough to move the ward down from the previous facilities to the new ones we have here. Now, we knew when we originally we moved into these facilities, which were built, that we knew we had rooms that were safe rooms. That rooms were meant for times that, should there be a need, that it can be extremely necessary to have rooms that are safe to deliver in. And what we're in now, this is room number 10, for example, and this room has all that's necessary for a woman to give birth in a very comfortable way, and she has all that she needs. But in addition to this special part of this room is that it also serves as a safe room. So here's the door, which is the regular door, and this is the additional door, which is basically can be closed when need be, when there's sirens, when we know that missiles are on their way. We close the room in such a way that really it's safe for anybody who's inside the room, be it staff, be it the woman herself, and of course for the baby.
Hi, we're in the underground surgical complex in the Sarah Wetzman Davidson Hospital Tower at Hadassah in Kelm. For those of you who've been here, you know that right down here is usually the pre-op, right down there is usually the post-op, and that is the waiting room. As you may know, this entire area has been repurposed within hours of the beginning of this war. We've mobilized some of our most vulnerable patients, our neonatal intensive care unit infants, to the pre-op area. We have the waiting room as the post-op. Really, this entire area, because it is built underground, and because of the support of Hadassah and Hadassah members and donors in the United States and worldwide, we are able to serve the people of Jerusalem in security, to allow our staff to continue operating without worrying about what is going on outside. And I want to thank you for being part of our emergency effort now and standing with us at this time. So many of you have asked, what can I do? You're looking at this from afar, and I want you to know that you are part of what is taking place here. The healing, the environment, equipping our emergency needs at this time, underground in the emergency facilities. We've opened only within a few hours, and I want to thank you from the heart of Jerusalem, really, for everything that you have done, everything you're doing, and for being part of our emergency response. Thank you.
Hello, dear friends from Hadassah. I want to begin by sending you my warm greetings, and I'm doing so in uniforms, as I'm certainly serving in reserve duty together with several members of our staff during these days. The first siren on Saturday morning catch us in the middle of the Purim celebration. The village was full of students, and our first mission was to claim everyone to create a sense of safety in a moment of confusion. Immediately afterward, we begin a complex operation of sending the student back home. Today, about 50 students remain in the village, most of them from the Naale project, some without a family support system. For them, the village is home. Our staff has been here the entire time, sleeping together with the student in the central shelter, alongside their own families. And at this opportunity, I want to say a big thank you for your support in renovating the central shelter. In these times, we truly understand how meaningful and important this is. At the same time, our school staff continue to provide remote learning through Zoom. We keep close contact with every student. When it's needed, we even conduct home visits. Here in the village, the boarding school team ensure daily activity, sports, cooking, art, and music to maintain routine, spirit, and a sense of normality. This is a challenging time for all of us, and yet within it, we certainly see the resilience of our students, our staff, and our entire community. I would like to thank you for your support, your care, and the love you send us. It's deeply felt here. We have no doubt that we will overcome this, return to routine, and continue doing what we know how to do and what we truly love to do. Wishing you a happy Passover and a quiet, peaceful days for all of us. Thank you very much.
Friends, tonight we have seen and felt what it truly means to offer care under fire. We have witnessed the courage of our medical teams arriving before dawn, facing danger to save lives and bringing solace, healing, and hope to places shadowed by fear. We have heard stories of resilience, compassion, and humanity in some of the hardest conditions imaginable. We have been reminded again and again why Hadassah exists, why our work matters so deeply. From the earliest moments of this conflict and every day since, Hadassah has stood at the forefront of care, healing wounds both visible and unseen, and safeguarding our patients, our staff, and our students in our youth villages. In moments like these, we are called not only to witness, but to act. Healing is the result of dedication and preparation in action. It takes shape in the form of our nurses' steadfast presence at the bedside, our doctors' ability to adapt even in the shelters, and our educators' commitment to keeping children's lives as normal as possible, no matter the circumstance. And none of this happens without your support. I want to thank you, each of you, for your presence here tonight, your attention, and your compassion. It is your belief in Hadassah's mission that makes this work so possible. Your support fuels our hospitals that provide exceptional medical care, whether in peace or in war. Our youth Aliyah villages that nurture children in times of uncertainty, and the countless programs that bring hope where it is needed the most. If you can give tonight, I encourage you to consider a meaningful gift at this urgent moment. Your contribution ensures that Hadassah hospitals and medical teams continue to have the equipment and emergency-ready infrastructure that they need. that our caregivers can continue to respond and protect lives under fire, and that the promise of healing endures, extending our impact even in the hardest of times. Our collective work is not only life-changing, it directly saves lives. As we close, let us carry with us the strength that we have seen. Let us remember the lives that we have touched and those yet to be touched. Let us commit once again to showing up for one another, for our beloved Israel, and for the values that guide Hadassah's work. Thank you for standing with us. Thank you for believing in our mission. And thank you for helping us bring life-changing care and healing to all those that we honor and are honored to serve. Wishing you and your families and our friends and colleagues in Israel and all over the world a happy, safe, and beautiful Passover. Chag Pesach Sameach, Azis and Pesach.